Part 4 of episode 59. Usually at this point we're talking about TNA, but since that sucks and we have something more important to do, which is the Slammy Awards, we're bumping TNA to part 5. Screw you, Dixie.
I would.
She did make it past the first round of the tournament. She beat Alicia Webb, I think it was. So the Slammy Awards, they were not giving us any hint whatsoever that they were going to do this year, and then
bombshell, boom. Yeah, we're doing the
middle of
Slammys
last
next
week,
week.
it's just like, did you see what Ryback did? By the way, we're doing the Slammys. Well, Ryback was attached. I'm like,
It's like they don't plan these things. They just decided the week of, hey, we should do the Slammys next week. Oh, okay.
Michael Cole just said it out loud, and they're like, oh, fuck, Cole, damn. Oh, now we got to get a graphic up. We got to make up some terrible awards, like the LOL.
They already do that, yeah.
Yeah.
A hashtag of the year.
Yeah, these are the awards so far, people. They didn't give you any nominees. They usually do. They usually give you at least like 5. And the way that they decided to do it this year was is not, well, they're claiming the voting is not going to be just from WWE, but of course they're going to rig it no matter what. We're supposed to be voting through some kind of an app or something, but I don't even have a tout account, let alone using apps for WWE. They're not getting any of my money or anything. So they've only announced a couple categories and no nominees whatsoever. So let's break them down. We've got Match of the Year, which I'm expecting them to give to Triple H and Undertaker from WrestleMania because I
Do
think
they actually have like, do you have options you can vote between? Is that one of them, or do you just type it in, or how does it work? Like for the app for voting?
Yeah,
You don't.
no,
So we're just going out on a limb.
It's like my website, might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Unintentional pun there.
Yeah, outonlimbs.com. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that they're going to give it to that because that'll be a way to like refresh our memories about those two and kind of implant the idea about the Undertaker streak since we're getting close to the road to WrestleMania time. It could be something like the Brock Lesnar Triple H match instead, the Perfect Storm thing, which I thought was really stupid, and it could be the Brock Lesnar Cena match. There's a lot of different options that they could do, but they're obviously not going to give it to something like Tensai against Alex Riley. So,
no.
what are some matches out there that you guys think they might be giving this to?
Well, there's only one that they're probably going to give it to, and it's going to be Undertaker and Triple H or Rock and Cena.
Yeah, Rock and Cena was what I was going to say.
You know, it's either going to be one of those two from WrestleMania 28.
Even though those aren't necessarily the best match, they're the biggest match, and sometimes it's more important.
Divas Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, the fucking pre-show match we're about to watch will be nominated and win in a landslide by the time the show airs. Some matches that might be underappreciated. A lot of the Extreme Rules matches, like I thought Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan's 2 out of 3 falls match was one hell of an awesome match. It's probably Sheamus's best match he's ever had in his entire career. And I think that's my personal own favorite match of the year. Like in terms of rewatch value, it held up better than other matches I held in high regard over it. Like Punk and Bryan from Over the Limit was also a very solid wrestling match too, in terms of actually being a good quality match.
Great. Either of the Money in the Bank matches were good too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different options. Punk and Jericho's match from Extreme Rules. A lot of people remember their street fight. Another match that was, it could be considered great.
Jericho's match against the audience when he was a mute.
Oh, yes.
Can we just say any match with Punk in it for Match of the Year?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's his ring work went up tremendously this year. He put on a lot of memorable performances, which is good for a championship reign. Mm-hmm. Seeing how he's in the final now and everything. But as I'm saying, there's a lot of good quality stuff. Tony said Lesnar and Cena from Extreme Rules. Like the 3 big matches from Extreme Rules card are all potentially good enough to take that award. But I don't think they're gonna take it over something like Rock, Cena, and Undertaker, Triple H. It's really a toss up between one of the 2 WrestleMania 28 main events. that weren't world title matches, might I add. No, 18 seconds. What am I kidding? That's definitely winning match of the year.
What other categories we have? We have the LOL moment of the year. If you
Anger
had to say
management.
LOL out, it's
They're trying too hard with the internet acronyms and
they
whatnot.
really are. Now there's both this and the which should win the award of the worst named award. The Tell Me I Did Not Just See That Most Shocking Moment of the
Just
Year
call it
award.
the most shocking moment of the year.
Yeah.
Don't use a Booker T quote, please.
Right.
And
if you're gonna
please, thank you.
If you're gonna use a Booker T quote, use Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Come on.
Oh yeah,
That's not, he didn't even create that, you know.
That or the what the hell moment of the year.
What the hell moment of the year, dog?
Now, the most shocking and LOL moment, are they really the same? Because most shocking could be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily have
I
to
think
be
it's
something
the
funny.
moment that shocked the hell out of you the most, like made your
Yeah.
jaw drop. So with that, for me,
I could see
it's
them doing that though, because it could be the most shocking moment of the year is when Kane and Daniel Bryan hug, or or it could be something like that's only the LOL moment, and the most shocking is
anger management in general is the LOL moment of the year. I'm pretty sure we all expected that to be shit, and it ended up being comedy gold.
Most shocking should be when Brock Lesnar came back, I think.
Well, people knew that he'd resign, so it's not. I never found it really all that shocking because you heard in the news that him coming back was a possibility.
Well, maybe we did, but I mean, like people watching it in the crowd, maybe.
They could always show that guy in the audience that kept doing the Brock Lesnar
did the whole
That's the LOL moment. I'll take that one.
He was really marking hard, wasn't he? Anyway,
they did
my
a match between
personal
him
choice
and
would be Punk clotheslining The Rock to end Raw 1000 and giving him a go to sleep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I didn't really expect that at all, especially considering like there was no. I guess there was kind of foreshadowing with Eve telling Punk he'd been overshadowed for half the year, but like he was in the midst of like it wasn't like the crowd was turning on him or anything as a face. He just kind of came the fuck out of nowhere with a heel turn and blast the shit out of The Rock.
Those are the best though, not the ones that you can like see coming. Just come out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming, and I thought it was a really, really good moment and a really good ending to the 1000th Raw. To be completely honest, surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it made that show worth watching. Honestly, most of the episode was terrible in my opinion, but that right there was.
Yeah, that and also the moment when Brock Lesnar split crap, I can't remember the name now. John Cena's lip when it was
busted the shit out of them in their brawl.
Yeah, right, yeah. I mean that was a good moment right there for me. And then another one with Brock Lesnar when he put the armbar on Triple H and actually broke his arm too.
Yeah, they could. There's a way that they can probably fit each one of their big storylines into each one of these and just kind of refresh our memories, because I know they're not going to just pull something out of their ass and be like, the most shocking moment of the year was Sean Waltman hitting on Trish Stratus backstage or something like.
Or Mae Young's handson returns for Raw 1000.
That was a good LOL one. I would take that one.
Spoiler alert, that might win my best ancillary character of the year.
There's like the longest, most drawn out punchline ever, but it was so good when it happened.
With half the audience going, what? And the other half just going, oh, God.
The other half going, I don't get it. And then those of us who did go, went, really?
Really?
Was that needed to be brought back?
That's so good.
I laughed pretty hysterically when that happened. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was pretty good.
Grown up now. Oh, fuck.
I'm legitimately serious that might win an award for me for best at the end of the year. It's not the worst either. It might win one of the best awards. It's in the running right now for either best ancillary character or best flashback. I don't know which one I might give it to. Hell, maybe I'll give it to both.
Because why not?
Screw Piper and Cyndi Lauper and all that. Kiss of the year. So, all right, AJ and John Cena.
Is there any other kisses that have happened? I don't even know.
The one that made the most impact was during the Punk Bryan feud, where she was going crazy when Punk and Bryan were having a match. She sets up a table. Bryan steps in front of it, says no. Punk goes to the top rope where she is, and she kisses him and then pushes his ass and Bryan's ass through the table. I actually thought that was the best of the year.
I completely forgot that happened.
Yeah, so did I thought it was the most epic, actually, because I didn't see that coming. He just pushed his ass through the table, and they both crashed through it. That, for me, is the best kiss of the year for the WWE.
She did kiss Kang too. So
Yeah, but that one
I
ended
forgot
with a
about
table
that.
spot. You kind of can't beat that.
Yeah,
Right.
she's a hoe.
When
You
is
know
she
what I
gonna
mean?
kiss Layla? Come on.
It's a good thing Dace isn't on the show, because if he heard us talking about AJ kissing other guys this much, he'd probably get all upset.
Right.
No, he would probably say the best is yet to come, being him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
he would say it in the Dusty Rhodes voice.
Oh yes,
He'd be
everything's
like
Dusty.
Sapphire.
In fact, he'd
Uh,
probably be. Oh no, that's for TNA pay-per-views, isn't it?
yeah. Well, we have
Explains
got
what
that
he was
coming up
doing.
in part 5. Comeback of the year. If they don't give this to Jerry the King Lawler, then they really don't. I don't see the point in having it.
Oh yeah, but hands down, he deserves it because I remember watching that episode live where he actually passed out right there at the announcers table, and they all you just saw a swarm of black shirts come around there to take him out. So, I mean, if you don't give it to him, why even have the category in the first place?
I would
Yeah.
say, Brock could be a potential candidate if he didn't show up for only 2 programs the entire year.
But
Yeah.
how do you beat the
You know?
comeback of the person who comes back from death? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. Yeah.
I was saying, Brock could have been in running for it, but he came back for 2 programs, people, and one of them wasn't really that good, and the other one was really short but really awesome.
they should
So
have Jerry Lawler win this, and right when he goes to accept the award, the Undertaker's music goes off, and he goes, "Oh wait, shit."
I get it, yeah. Oh, The Rock too. The Rock came back and then he beat John Cena at WrestleMania, so that they might consider him too.
Mm.
But I think they'll probably give it
he
to
won't be there
Lawler.
too. Well, he'd send in a pre-recorded video
He'd
message
accept it
saying
via satellite.
accepting
Yeah.
the award.
It's just a clip of GI Joe Retaliation.
Yeah.
He's like,
There's
"Thanks for
probably a
this,
bigger award they could give to The Rock anyway. I think him and Cena will
But
probably
he
get
still
match of
wouldn't
the
be there
year.
to accept it. He's not ready to start showing up Is he even going to show up on a weekly basis to build up to the Royal Rumble? I hope so.
They said
There
he'd
needs
show
to
up
be a few
once
promos
before
between
the
him and
Rumble. They said he'd show up once before the Rumble, and then every other Raw after the Rumble leading up to WrestleMania.
Well, it's not
So
like he's doing
in the
anything right
feud
now.
with Punk, it's barely going to be a feud. Like Punk will talk shit about him. Like maybe they'll have one in-ring segment where they can trade promos back and forth. Like he's not going to be there to
No, he'll
act.
probably show up the week before the Rumble. They said that he would show up once before the Rumble, so he'll probably show up the week before, give him a rock bottom, and then
One
win
feud
the
that actually
title.
deserved promos leading into the match.
Yeah.
Like Cena Rock style isn't going to get that because he's not going to be there to build up the fucking match.
And that's why he doesn't deserve the title either, but they're going to give it to him because they promised it to him for some reason.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But
He
he's not gonna
might-
be there. He's not gonna be there to defend it because he's always out either doing a movie or some other bullshit that keeps him from actually being involved with WWE on a daily basis.
Supposedly, he's going to be in one of the chambers at Elimination Chamber, and then defending it there, and then defending it at WrestleMania against Cena probably, and then probably dropping it there. That's what I read anyway.
He's going to be defending it against Cobra Commander.
There you go.
One of the awards that he might win, though, is the Trending Now award for the best hashtag of the year, because he had that whole big thing of, oh, this is going to trend now that I said it. Like, you cocky bastard. But I would do the same thing. I can't blame him. I don't
Hashtag
even-
hug it out.
Yeah, I don't even remember most of the hashtags because it was, I really don't care when it comes to WWE with Twitter. The only things that I remember for sure was Goat Face, the Hug It Out one, and wasn't Anal Leaking one of them when Michael Cole
Anal
said that?
bleeding.
Anal Bleeding, that's
Oh,
what it was.
God.
Yeah. Didn't that end up trending too? Because that, they're not
And
going to pick that
whatever
one.
any
but-
of the 3000 Rock ones were, whatever they ended up being.
Right. It could be like Fruity Pebbles or, something like that. I could see them
Kung Pao
giving that
chicken
to
or
him.
whatever the Kung Pao bitch. Oh.
When did Cole
God.
say anal bleeding? Was it after Heidenreich raped him or what? Like,
No, Jerry Lawler had been taken to the back or whatever due to the storyline, and he said, "We now." Oh fuck! It was that stupid. Has a severe case of anal bleeding, and it was said such deadpan. It was never brought up again after that, and those who heard it were probably thinking, "Just what the fuck?"
Right. I actually rewound the DVR because I was like, wait, what bleeding? Was he saying like? No, he didn't say anal bleeding. He must have said something else. Like it must have been like his ear canal bleeding or something like that, or And I'm like, he just said anal bleeding. What? Like,
He just says with a straight face. He's like laughing inside his head, like, yes.
Probably, but he said it so deadpan and so seriously, and I'm just like, anal bleeding.
I know they're friends in real life too, so could you imagine just getting a call from Jerry? Like,
And it was
really?
apparently all Vince's idea. I know, shocker.
it's like, what kind of finisher was in that match?
I forget what it even was for, or why he had to be taken to the back, but
Kind of
hashtag tug it out for the win.
It was Bob Holly came back and he said he's gonna break your ass in half, you little shithead.
Oh, okay.
It's the best line
That's
that Bob
a-
Holly ever said in this entire career.
Bob Holly didn't have many lines, so you know.
So he just said that instead. That was the most epic line ever, though. We also have Breakout, Superstar of the Year, and the actual Superstar of the Year. So I'm expecting Breakout to go to Ryback and
Yeah.
Superstar to go to CM Punk.
Agreed, definitely. I can't see anyone else they would give either of those to.
I see that. Well, I don't know if Punk will win Superstar of the Year being a heel. I don't know if they'll vote for him or not. I
Didn't
hope he
Miz
wins
win
it
it one
again.
year?
But I would. No, Cena won that year. Miz was WWE champion, and Punk won last year. So I can see Cena actually winning it just because, well, he's John Cena.
Yeah, he's the face
And,
of the company again. Yeah.
You know, but Punk winning would definitely be a plus. And Sandow's by far the way better star than Ryback. But, of course, Ryback's going to win it because he's Vince's new pet project. And yay!
The one that gets pushed is the one that'll win it. I'm not huge
Yeah,
on Sandow.
yes.
I'm not huge on Ryback either, but yeah, they'll probably give it to Ryback. He's in the WWE title picture. They couldn't. He'll get it right before he'll get his damn title shot against Punk. Like,
Right.
so.
My vote goes to Brodus Clay.
I love Bros Clay. I don't know why they don't push him more.
He's so goofy.
If he could take
I didn't
that
see
gimmick,
that coming, now did you?
if he could see
Oh,
that,
good.
take that gimmick, and we ran the shit down on that gimmick the first night. That first episode of Smack Talk after he came out, we were just, this is terrible and all that. And he got to the point where, I mean, that's just, it's so catchy, that song and everything, that you got to give him more credit than what he gets.
Shtick.
Yeah,
Just the
shtick,
shtick is just fun, pretty much.
My bad.
I didn't hate it when I watched it. I was just shocked because
Me
they
too,
didn't build him
yeah.
up to be debuting that way. It's not like Fandango or whatever with Johnny Curtis where they're building him up as some flamboyant
Oh,
dancer dude.
They don't even know what to
built
build
him
him up as his name yet. They keep switching it. Fandango and
Fandango, Johnny Curtis, like.
I forgot
But
that
with
guy was
Brodus Clay, they built him up as like a monster heel the whole time, and then all of a sudden he's the Funkasaurus.
right.
out of nowhere,
Right,
completely
yeah.
out of nowhere.
That's what was shocking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's a comedy gimmick. I'll give it a shot. If he can pull it off, that'll be good. And he did, but they never did anything with it, despite the fact that it got over, which is a running trend in the WWE. But whatever, comedy sticks only go so far. Just ask Santino and apparently Zack Ryder.
That is it then for the Slammy Awards. Make sure you guys check out the review and the results when Raw happens. I'll probably be covering it live. I'm not too sure. I might be covering it about like a half-hour delay or something because, frankly, How I Met Your Mother is a better show than Raw is, so I'm more concerned with watching that.
I 100% agree.
Rather watch Barney and Ted and Robin and everybody. So double check back, and of course next week we'll run them down and do a review about that on Smack Talk episode 60. But we're gonna move on with the rest of this and review TNA Final Resolutions in Part 5.